makeup. Sorry, YouTube. Yeah, okay. Saturday, usually I don't have any meetings or anything like that. I'm usually home catching up on stuff. And so I try to give my face a break on Saturday. Saturday is when I wash out all my makeup brushes, and so I'm not wearing any makeup at all, and I, you know, air dried my hair, and yeah, I try to have, maybe my nails I'm giving a break right now. I try to have like one day a week that I just give my face a break from the full drag. And I wanted to talk to you about my final big goal for 2015, and this is something I've been working on actually for a really, really long time, which is reading labels. When I very, very first started Weight Watchers, even though I was a grown woman, it's like 15 years ago, I am very embarrassed to admit I never read the labels on anything, ever. And joining Weight Watchers really kind of got me started, like actually looking at labels on my food, because I was eating only processed food, so everything I ate had a label. I barely ate any fruits and vegetables in those days, and so I was really shocked when I started reading labels just to see like what was in the food. And because I was only looking for certain things, I didn't look even beyond that. So I really only looked at the calories and the fiber and the fat in those days, because that's what you needed to calculate points. And it wasn't until a couple of years later when my father became terminally ill with cancer, with prostate cancer, and one of his doctors told him that, well, first of all, when my father was diagnosed, we were given like a couple of weeks. I mean, he was very, very sick. He really should not have lived long enough even to get a diagnosis. And there's a lot of things that led to that, but yeah. And the fact is that we did a lot of things when we found out that he was sick. And one of the things, I think one of the critical things that we did, even though I'm not a doctor, okay, was that one of his doctors recommended to him that he cut sugar out, because sugar tends to, I guess cancer cells eat sugar. You can look this up. But anyway, I remember my dad was like, "Are you telling me that if eating sugar is going to make the cancer cells grow?" And the doctor was like, "Well, yeah." And he said, "I'm never touching sugar again." And so when I would go grocery shopping for him, I would have to read the labels even more carefully, and look for the sugar. How much sugar is in this bread? How much sugar is in this soup? How much sugar is in everything? And I was just blown away. But I had no idea. I was so naive. I did not understand how much sugar was in everything. So he actually lived another almost 2.5 years. And I think that's one of the critically important things that we did, was eliminate sugar. We did a lot of other things. He had all the therapies and everything, and surgery and everything. But I think that really did help, in my opinion, just my opinion. But it got me reading food labels really carefully, and I have continued to read them very carefully, but I did not read labels for anything else. And so over the last couple of years, I have been reading the labels on my household products. What am I cleaning my floors with? What am I putting in my dishwasher? What am I using to hand wash my dishes? And the more I've looked into it, the scarier it has gotten. And so I have kind of gradually, you know, because obviously we can't afford to just like throw everything away and buy all new, all natural stuff, you know, like that. So over time, I have gradually incorporated more chemical-free things in my household items. And actually my friend Kia did a fabulous how-to video, how to make a basic household cleanser. It's really good. I'll link it below. Check it out, because it's cheap, it's easy, and it's safe, and it's very effective. And so the last frontier of that for me, for my label reading, and I kind of knew I needed to do it, but I've kind of been putting it off because I kind of didn't want to do it, is reading the labels on my cosmetics and the things that I put on my actual body, right? And I really didn't want to, you know, because you don't want to know. I just kind of don't want to know. Do you ever feel like that? And but I started looking into it, and of course it was really frightening. And for those of us who are trying to watch our weight, there's a real important reason why you want to read the labels of all the things that you're not only putting in your body, but on your body. And that is because many cosmetics and body products contain chemicals like parabens, sulfates, things that maybe, first of all, maybe carcinogenic, just straight out carcinogenic and a cancer risk. And secondly, maybe messing with your hormones and making it hard for you to maintain your weight. And is changing your lipstick going to make you drop 10 pounds? Probably not. But if you are trying to watch your weight, I think we can use all the help we can get, right? Why stack the deck against us with these chemicals that we're putting all over our bodies? So anyway, I started doing a lot of research, and actually, I just remembered Jillian Michaels, oh gosh, I think it's her most recent book, and I think it's called Slim for Life. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I'll link it below. I'll look it up and link it below for you guys. I'm not an Amazon affiliate or anything. I don't make money from that, but I'll find the book for you. I think it's called Slim for Life, and she puts it in kind of nice lay terms that we can understand. It was the first thing that kind of got me thinking, like, oh yeah, I really need to read those labels too. So I started doing some research, and I was like, there's got to be a way, because I'm reading these chemicals. I don't know what they mean. I don't know. I know the big ones like parabens, that's bad. Sulfates, that's probably not good. And but I wish I had a way to know what these labels mean. And I found this great app. I wanted to tell you about it. It's called, hold on, it's on my phone. It's called Skin Deep. And it's kind of like the Food UK app, which if those of you who read my blog or listen to my podcast, you've heard me talk about Food UK. It's an app that tells you what chemicals are in foods, and it also offers alternatives. So if you want a Pop-Tart, for example, it'll tell you how many points it is. It'll tell you what's in it that you might not want to have, and it'll offer you an alternative. This doesn't offer alternatives, but it does rate. I'll put a screenshot right here just so you can get an idea of what it looks like. So the Skin Deep app, you can go to the drugstore or whatever and scan a product, and it will give you a number rating, and it will tell you why it gave it that number rating. So 0 is this product is perfectly clean, nothing to worry about here, all the way up to 10, which means like this might cause cancer. So, and everything in between, but it will tell you why it gives the rating that it gives. And you know, I don't have the hugest budget for makeup, and I was looking for more natural alternatives. I was really surprised. Like, I scanned my Bare Minerals foundation, and I was not so happy with the rating that came up. And so I was looking for something comparable, but gosh, those foundations are so expensive. They're like $20, $30. I cannot spend $20 or $30 on a foundation. And so I want to tell you, I found some wonderful alternatives at my Target, many of which I've seen here on YouTube, and I'm planning to do a series coming up of the best things I've learned about on YouTube, because there's so many. Like, as I'm looking around my house, like, I learned about that on YouTube, and I learned about that on YouTube, and I'm wearing my 3-way poncho. But some of my favorite products I learned about on YouTube, and they have a really good rating. And my favorite product, and I can't remember if I learned about it from Natalie the Beauty Diva or Rockstar Mom or somebody else, but it is the e.l.f. High Definition Powder. Love this stuff. And maybe I'll do like a face tutorial if you guys would like to see that, but I don't know. I'm not a beauty blogger, but people have been asking me about my skin lately, so maybe. Anyway, I love this powder so much, you have no idea. It's not very expensive. It's maybe $6. It has a rating on the Skin Deep app of, I think, 0. So there's nothing weird in this at all. But you have to be careful. Now, e.l.f. is a great brand anyway. It always gets really good reviews. But some products, not the entire e.l.f. line, is fabulous as far as the chemicals. So I have been searching for an alternative for a foundation. I always have problems with foundation because as you can see, I'm kind of a in-between sort of skin tone. And I was so happy that I had found, where is it? I had found this e.l.f. tinted moisturizer with an SPF of 20, and I was like, yay! And I loved the color, and I was using it, and I really, really loved it. And then I scanned it with the Skin Deep app, and it had a rating of 7, and it's got parabens in it. And I was like, ugh, are you kidding me? It's $3, really? So I was very upset, and I went back to the e.l.f. counter, and I found instead this, which I've seen so many good reviews and I hadn't tried it yet. The e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, which is amazing. Amazing. So much better than the tinted moisturizer. And I think it's $6. Again, not a bad, compared to like $30, I'll take it. And it has a rating on the app of, I think, 3. It doesn't have anything that's carcinogenic. It doesn't have anything that might be an endocrine disruptor. It's only a 3 because it might cause an allergic reaction in some people, but I didn't have any reaction to it. So this foundation is the best foundation I've ever used in my whole life. It has great coverage. I put this foundation on the first day. I put this foundation on, set my makeup with the high definition powder, and early in the morning, right? Came home from work, everything's still perfect. Went and taught a fitness class where I was sweating. I distinctly remember in the class that I was sweating and doing this and this during the class, right? And when I got home that night, my makeup still looked perfect. And when I went to clean it off with the cleansing cloth, like it was all there still after a whole full day and a fitness class. So I just thank you, YouTube, for telling me about this because I love this stuff. So anyway, so I've got a lot of other things that I found that I really, really love that are an acceptable rating to me, mostly from e.l.f. So if you guys want to see a face tutorial, I'll show you. But again, I'm not a beauty blogger. Another reason I'm doing this with the no makeup thing, which I can't even believe I'm doing, is I've had a lot of people ask about what do I use on my face? And actually what I use on my face is something I learned about on YouTube, and I wanted to share it with you because it's cheap, it's safe, and it's effective, I guess. So what I use 2 things, day and night, same 2 things. After I clean my face, I put first a few drops of organic rosehip oil, which costs like, I don't know, anywhere from $7 to $12 for a little bottle, and it lasts a long time. And I heard about this on YouTube. Those of you who have been following me for a little while, you know my obsession with the original What Not to Wear series, the one that aired in Britain. And I follow the hosts, and I'll put it down here too, Trini and Susannah on YouTube. And they have a really fun YouTube channel where they just do quick tips. And Susannah Constantine shared that this is what she uses on her face at night. And she's real busy, and so she just uses this one thing. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And I put this one thing on. I find it just, maybe because it's wintertime, slightly dry. So I put this rosehip oil first on my face, and I let it absorb. And then I put, in here I have some, just like a little blob of organic coconut oil. So I put that over this. And that's all I use for skincare day and night. You know, the makeup has SPF in it, and honestly, if I'm really walking outside in the sun, I usually wear a hat. So, so I'm not really worried about the sun so much. But yeah, these were great for me. I absolutely love them, and they're so cheap. I mean, this probably costs maybe $7. I've had it a really long time. I probably have like 25 cents worth of coconut oil in here. And yeah, so that's, for those of you guys who were asking, that's what I use on my face. But if you wanted to see me do the makeup thing, I will totally show you the makeup thing. I wanted to share also a body lotion that was really scary. I can't remember what the brand was that I was using, but when I scanned into the app the body lotion I was using, it was like, ah! Immediately threw it away. And I went to Target and I found this, I can't remember what the rating was. It was very low. It was like 1 or 2. This is Shea Moisture raw shea butter body lotion with frankincense and myrrh, anti-aging, hydrating, and rejuvenating, from Target. It was a little pricey, but it's very, very, very rich. And so I haven't used a lot. I feel like I barely made a dent in it, and I've been using it and using it and using it. So yeah, I was really happy when I scanned it. It had a low rating, and I think everything in it is organic. Yeah. And, love this. Love this. This is great. So I don't feel dried out all day. This has been a really nice, loved it way more than the toxic chemical thing that I was using before. I know. So my last goal for 2015 is to read, or attempt to read, all the labels. Read all the labels. Are you reading labels? And what have you learned from the labels that you have read? Or are you afraid, like I was, to read labels? Let me know. And also let me know if you want me to do whatever, talk about whatever, your questions. I love getting your questions and your comments. And thank you guys for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. I think next up will be my best of YouTube series, because I have gotten so many great tips and finds from you guys, and if you don't know about them, I'd love to share them with you. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and see you soon. Bye.